Alright, so I had to make me another little tool here. Clean off the lens just in case it's dirty. My camera is thrown around in the truck a lot. So last night I was working on the furnace kind of late. I'll add in some video clips on the diagnostic water heater furnace type deal.
It just doesn't click, doesn't do anything.
Furnace. We'll start with the furnace. Turn it on, let me hear it, and see what it does or what it doesn't do. Oh, that would. Water heater is right above it. Yeah, it's on the inside. That's the floor. It's above the floor line. Yeah, I'll get my tool bag. I'll need to look in the breaker box where the 12-volt fuses are, and I need access to the rear of the water heater.
If you watch, when I press this button, it'll light up for a second, and then it quits.
That's blown. Do I have fuses in here?
I don't think I have any extra fuses.
Oh, well, I got a lot of them. I just can't remember if I have them in this bag or not. Oh, well, I used to. Yes, I do. Let's see, keep a bag of fuses. Okay.
Which one does that go to?
That is. Can't see close up with my glasses on.
The furnace.
Oh, and it's popping as soon as it goes in. That's a problem.
Yep.
And that is number 6. That's the furnace. Well, there's a problem with the furnace. It is blowing the fuse as soon as it gets on.
There's a furnace breaker too, isn't there? Or no.
No, the breakers are just 110.
Oh, okay.
And
the furnace is
the
12 volt.
yes, because it's gas only. So no need to put another fuse in there. There's a problem with the furnace.
What are the yellow ones for over here? They're not really.
That's the main fuses for the converter.
Oh, okay.
The thing that charges your battery. To get a How about that? Let's see. Last time I had one like this, had a bunch of water leaking in it. Check it. No, shouldn't be. Those are mighty short.
There's got to be a lot of business. A lot of campgrounds, I know.
No.
You know, like you said, it broke that fuse right away.
Yeah, there's a dead short somewhere on that circuit. I just have to isolate this, and so I'll give it my own power. Let's see, that's start here. This is where the power comes in at. The switch. This connector's kind of melted. Yeah, let me mark it. Black on the top. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get rid of the switch. See what's going on. Okay. So the red wire should be the power coming in from the outside world. So I'm gonna get a battery and bypass the fuse box. Let's see. Well, since I know it's blowing the fuse, maybe I'll put a fusible link. Make up a quick fusible link. What's that? That's just a grounding block. Okay, why is that melted? Something must be loose in there. Double. You got that connected to, yeah, piggyback, so we can check the cell switch. Okay. Alright. So, we need power. First thing we need is power. Put that back in the tool bag. Need my light pretty soon. Let's get this one set up for right now. So at this point, like, I'm totally going to find some wires. So now I have to like rig up some wires so I can I need a spade connector so that I can attach into the switch, run everything through the existing wiring of the furnace, but I'm just eliminating the camper side. So I don't want the water heater to play a part in this. So by not using the camper circuit, I'm able to see if it's my furnace or my water heater. This furnace has more things that go wrong in it. So I'm going for the furnace first. I'm isolating that and I'm hooking up my power. Now, obviously, it took me way too long to do this, which is why I'm making the tools that I had in the start of the video, and I'm making something that's quick and easy to give me access to this furnace power. So this is what prompted the idea. I was like, gotta make a rig, because I spent way too much time in that service call kind of making it on the spot connectivity. Again, it's taking too much time to like rig this up on the spot. So I saw that, and I just don't like to spend that much time to do stuff that I could do ahead of time. So to get down to it, I'm just wiring up the furnace independent of the camper power source. The board is bad. There's a dead short in the board, but I'm having to like be safe and not short anything out myself. So I'm having to like make stuff and get the right connectors and the right wires so that I don't cause a problem. So that's what's going on, and that's why I'm making this little rig that I have here now. So the fuse was blowing from the inside, but from the outside, when I connected this all up together, gave it some power, as soon as I powered up that circuit board, it started smoking because it has dead short. Yeah. Okay. That's gonna be a problem with the board. Let's go ahead and disconnect him.
Any luck?
I think you got a bad circuit board on your furnace. do your thing.
Okay. Oh, now it's working.
Yeah.
So that furnace thing did
Furnace
everything, huh?
short.
Maybe
Turn
that
turn on
did
the.
the electric water heater too.
Yeah, turn the gas on too.
Why don't you run that? Should I go try it?
Yeah, go ahead and turn it on. Yeah. Basically, to test to isolate the furnace. I had a dead short somewhere. It was in between the water heater and the furnace, and I wanted to use my own power supply, my battery, to power the furnace without taking it out to coach, of course, save time, and bypassing all the rest of the circuitry so that I can, cut my problem in half. And I ended up rigging up, on the spot. I'll make a better version today, the next day when I get home, so it'll be a little easier and a little safer. So, just very easy to make this. Just have a fusible link tied in to a couple of small gauge wires. This is double wire, 2 ring connectors on the end, and okay, and that's going to go. I'm just going to leave this on here because it's going to serve the purpose. So just going to go with the positive here, and I'll tighten that down later, and then negative over here, and this is just going to live with this battery. I'm not going to take it off because this is part of my furnace troubleshooting tools. It's kind of like homemade tools. Like I say, sometimes you have to do this because people are not going to always make what you need. So sometimes it's easier just to make your own stuff. You know exactly what you need, so just make it. Okay, so I need to get that nice and tight. Okay, good connection there, and I'll make that connection there later. All right, so this is what it is. 15 amp fuse. Most of the times the camper is going to have mostly 15 amp circuits, and sometimes 10. Remembering, of course, that the fuse is not for the appliance per se, it's the overcurrent protection for the wire. So the fuse kind of goes with the wire rating. It's not so much for the end device. You can always change it out, make it smaller if you're tracking down a problem. Like I'll probably end up putting a 10 amp fuse in here instead of a 15 because I'm using single devices. I'm testing at the device, and on the 12 volt side, I don't expect that to be pulling more than 6 amps on that furnace. Okay, so we'll go with a 10. I do have smaller wire than they would be running in the camper. And then I just have it zip tied, so if I need to snip these off on site to make this longer to reach, I can, but I'm going to have it short. I got a couple of T-taps going into my line, and then I have some different connections to allow me to interface with different things. So we have the T-taps that can allow me to use different accessories that I make for this. But on the main end, we got the Wago, so if I needed just to go straight wired or something, I could, like bench testing the furnace. I'd have cut ends. I can just remove these and go in with my naked wires for the power side, and then that'll be connected. But these are the small spades female connectors. So if I had to go onto a male, the smaller ones, this would fit. And I have these for the larger, like on the furnace switch, it's going to be a standard size. A standard size switch uses a spade of that size, so I have the female to go here. So I would just go on my T-tap, if that's what I was using, and go to my red, tap into my T-tap, and then on this end, and see again, I still use the Wego to give myself a little more versatility if I had to go for naked wire. And there's the female that will clip onto a standard switch. I can pull that on the reset switch on the furnace and give it my own power. And then on the ground side, I have a couple different connections. I got a double male right here, so if I had to go into a female in order to get my ground, or if I needed to go into a male, I'll just connect this in, and now I can go male, or I can go directly into T-tap here. Now I have female. So if I needed to work with two females, I can do that. If I needed to work with two males, I have those made up. It's just a matter of cutting wires and putting on the connectors you need. You know what you work on, so if you're making a little rig like this, you know what you make it the way for what you need. For what I need, specifically for furnaces, is going to be the female connections. Some furnaces are different, and I'll use this rig for multiple different things, so that's why I made it to where I can go standard size, female or male, or the little mini ones I can use. So that's why these are here. And that's what I made up so that it'll be easier working with control boards and stuff like that, you know, if I have to bypass stuff. And so that's the little tool that I made. Makes it a lot easier. I just pull this out when I'm in that situation and kind of work with the furnace in place, you know, and if I can, and then I can just use this little tool, which is just the right assortment of connectors and wires protected by a fuse, because that's important, because it would be protected if you were on the existing wire. So that's what I got going on. I just, you know, just pull out some random connectors and find what I need, and that's how I put this together. So I keep all kind of connectors on the truck. And this is a little T-tap kit, which is pretty cool, especially if you're having to interface and you don't want to remove any of the existing wiring. You can T-tap on, and then you can go from that to connectors like these little wires that you've made up, so that you can either sample voltage or current or inject into the circuit. So this is a nice little kit. This is Amazon, you know, nothing special. There's the that's what it is. No part number or anything. It's just, I knew what I wanted, and I just ordered one of these kits off Amazon. So now I'll put that in the truck along with the rest of my furnace stuff, and this has helped me out, make it a little quicker, a little easier, a little safer than using, say, alligator clips, which you can use alligator clips, but a lot of the times, and I do have the alligator clips, but a lot of the times you'll see I have little wires like this made up all over, because I've always used little things like this to make my job easier. So, you know, you got alligator clips, but sometimes the alligator clips are not insulated, I have the ones to where I can make my own wires with the alligator clips, and then tight little circuit boards and stuff. I don't like doing that because it might touch something. I like having this nice, tight, clean connection. So that's what I got, guys. My battery's about to die on my camera anyway. I'm gonna charge it up, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.